Good Wednesday evening. Alex Wooten here at the Lilies Chapel Church of Christ, and we are continuing our lessons in the idea and the study of the fruits of the Spirit, and this want to be rooted in the fruit of the Spirit, because I feel that that is what will help us in becoming better Christians in the long run. I want to talk about pears. P-E-A-R-S. P-E-A-R-S, not P-A-I-R-S. And I thought I had one. I thought I grabbed one from the store, but I didn't. It was something else. And I did some research. You might already know this, but pears bruise very easily. If you handle them too roughly, they don't last long. But here's the thing that makes pears sound special in our series, is that it sounds like pear. A pair of pears. Two people. Two sides. Two hearts. And that's perfect for what peace really is. You see, we tend to think of peace as just a feeling, like a calmness or serenity, inner zen. But the peace that Jesus gives us is so much deeper than that. It's not about how you feel, it's more about how you live. Peace in scriptures is about wholeness. It is about people together being put back together. Pairs of people being put back together. Storms being stilled, conflicts being resolved, God and humanity reconciled. Peace is what happens when the Spirit grows a pair inside of us, and it pairs us back together. You see, the struggle is, and let's be honest, a lot of us, peace sometimes is hard to come by. Our homes don't always feel peaceful. Our jobs don't always feel peaceful. Our schedules, even if you don't have kids, I'm sure sometimes our schedules can feel chaotic. But when you have kids, it can feel more so. Our minds definitely don't feel peaceful. Sometimes even our church families don't feel peaceful. Some of us live inside of a constant storm, and it's not a one-time thing. It is our normal to live in that chaos. We walk into rooms where tension hangs like a fog. We wake up already anxious. We replay conversations in our heads, imagining what we could have, should have, would have said differently. We carry old arguments. We have broken friendships and unresolved conflicts within us all the time. And we wonder, where is the peace? Where's this peace that Jesus promised us? Love, joy, peace. It's the third one. It's got to be pretty important. Where is it at? I want to start with what Jesus actually said in Scripture. In John 14:27, he says, "Peace I leave with you, and my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." Now, the kind of peace that Jesus is talking about here, what do you think it is? I want to set the scene. Jesus is merely hours from the cross. He has already slipped out into the night. The disciples are already confused, scared, probably minutes away from running away for their lives. And at that moment, he looks at them and he says to them, "Peace I give to you." That is, to me, the equivalent of a man on their deathbed looking at the family weeping, about to scatter into the wind, saying, "Hey, dry it up. Everything's going to be fine." When you don't feel it is going to be fine. He was giving his peace, not the world's peace, not a kind of peace that disappears when things get stressful, not a temporary escape or a distraction. He's giving you his peace. His peace is calm within the chaos. It's a steady heart when everything else is shaking. It's a wholeness when everything around you is broken. Now think back to another storm. It's a storm we've talked about recently in Mark chapter 4. The disciples are within a boat. A furious squall came up. The waves broke. Jesus was on the stern sleeping. And they woke him up and said, "Teacher, what are you going to do if we drown? Are you not upset? Do you not care?" And he gets up and he rebukes the wind and says, "Peace, be still." That's what hits me every time. Actually, not really. If you ask people who know me, I can sleep through the biggest storms. We've had massive storms come through and I don't know it rained until I get up the next morning. But he was asleep because he was in peace. Think about even farther back in Exodus chapter 16. The Israelites are wandering in the wilderness and they start complaining. They say, "We miss Egypt." Let that marinate for a minute. Let that permeate within your head. Y'all, they missed being slaves. They missed the forced labor, the not having, the being beaten, the being less than. They missed that. And Moses is just trying to lead them, but they're stuck in their fear and their anxiety and their chaos. And over again, Moses has to step in, not just as a leader, but as a peacemaker. He has to settle arguments between them. He has to reassure them. He has to remind them. He has to bring calm to a people who genuinely were like, "We will go back." There were people who were saying, "We will go back to Egypt. It sounds like a better option for us." You see, sometimes peace means helping people move forward, even when they want to go back to the comfort of what they had when they were broken. Let's make it a little more personal. You might not be crossing the Red Sea at this moment or getting tossed around a fishing boat, but some of you are living your lives in a storm that is just as real. Storms within your family, storms at work, storms inside of your mind, constant stress, anxiety, and fears. And this is human life. Don't let the outside world tell you this is something new. I promise you that 30 years ago, people were stressing. 50 years ago, people were stressing. 1,000 years ago, people were stressing. In Jesus' life, people were stressing. There's a reason they say, "Cast your anxieties, your burdens, your things like that on me." Stress is normal. That's what humans do. We worry and we stress. And if we're honest, sometimes instead of bringing peace to all of these situations, we add to the chaos. We raise our voices. We hold the grudges. We fan the flames instead of slightly putting out the fire. And that's why the Spirit has to grow something different within us. Something we cannot fake, something we cannot force. The fruit of the Spirit is peace. It's a pair that pairs us back together. It pairs us back with God when we've wandered away from Him. It pairs us with others when we've been within conflict. And it pairs us with ourselves when our minds won't stop spinning. So I have challenges for you. This week, be the one who lowers the temperature in your room. Be the cooler. When someone is short with you, don't snap back. And I need you to know, I would not tell you this if it was not something that I am personally working on myself. This is the hardest thing that I have in my life, is not snapping, or to be able to hear my snapping and control it. When the family around you is tense, when the workers around you are tense, keep your calm. When things spiral, be the one who diffuses, and ask yourselves, am I a peacemaker or am I a peace breaker? Not just with your words, but also with your tone, your body language, and your presence. Allow the Spirit to grow that fruit in you this week. Imagine what would change in your family, in your life, if you allowed peace to be your first choice. Think about it. Not a passive peace, not fake smiles, not, oh, hi, how are ya? Real Spirit-grown peace. Peace that restores, peace that rebuilds, peace that makes things whole again. You see, that kind of peace, that doesn't come from us. That's not human. That kind of peace comes from the one who stood up in the storm and said, peace, be still. That kind of peace comes from the one who stood in the upper room and said, my peace I give to you. That kind of peace comes from the Spirit living within you, ready to grow a pair for you and pair things back together for you. So this week, lower your temperature. Speak peace. Live peace. And make peace. If there's anything here at the Lily's Chapel Church of Christ that we're able to do for you, or if anything we can point you in the right direction, please reach out and let us know. God bless.